Hi everyone, I am Brittany Vickers with Prince Princess, and I am an Amelia James rep. So I wanted to come on and make a video and just give you guys some of the good and the bad of Amelia James and give you an update on where I am, just so you have a window into the company and to how things go. So I joined on 10/9, October 9th. So it's been a few weeks. And I will say, so I'll start with bad. I will say that every company you look into has good points and bad points. And not even, they're not even necessarily bad points. It's just some of them have benefits that others don't, and some have more risk in some areas that others don't. So, it's a give and take, and there tends to be, good things and then things that are hard, and you just have to choose what's best for you and what you think will fit you the best. So, so I'll start with the bad and then kind of talk about the good. So the challenging thing is probably a better word to put it for Amelia James is that it's such a young company. A lot of people do not want to take that risk because it is so young. There are growing pains that a new company goes through. It's not as established, so you might not have certain things like, like a whole back office system set up. People are still learning how to train, so there might not be all those training materials and step A, B, C, D. So there's the growing pains that come along with being a new company. There's trial and error, and there's those things where you have to have some flexibility. So if you're going to go with the company and you're like, what can I do? You have to have, I would say what you need is to have some flexibility. That's kind of the really big thing that I think kind of scares people off, is that it's new. And so I totally understand that. I think the other side of it being new, which is a challenge, is that not a lot of people know about it. So when you sign up, you get the benefit of perhaps the model being known. So other big companies out there that do the direct sales, like clothing line, you can follow, you can kind of tap into that market that already exists. But it is a new brand. It does have differences in a lot of the other MLM clothing brands or companies. So not everyone is maybe willing to just buy into it. Maybe they are purists and only want to shop with one clothing brand or whatnot. So you have to do more work in terms of advertising and putting your stuff out there. I've noticed that a lot of people who are on my team, because of that, they are doing a lot more vendor events. There's a lot more of needing to get out there and wear the clothes and hand out, business cards and stuff. And so if you're someone who doesn't think that that's going to fit you, if you are no, I don't want to be out there and about, then, perhaps it's not for you. But I will say, because Amelia James is new, they also have some flexibility that I think some other companies don't have. So this is the good. You can sell out of a brick and mortar if you want to. So if you have a boutique store, an actual location, you could sell out of there. You can post on buy, sell, trade pages without, you can advertise prices. So there's different things that there aren't all those restrictions on, and because it's a new company, there's just a little more freedom. The other, I guess, the other thing, I'm just gonna say thing, and I'll tell you what might be good about it and what might be bad about it, is that, so for me, I chose when I joined to do the kit A. You have to buy a kit to start, but the nice thing is you can start selling right away. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy the smallest kit. So I decided to buy kit A, and that was the $1,000 kit. And I will say I don't regret at all buying that kit. But it's just, I think that for some, there's a give and a take, because I think that when you get the smaller one, yeah, you have a lot more flexibility, you have a lot more choice, but there's also a side of, like, for some people that can be overwhelming. Okay, so I think at first, it was kind of overwhelming. It's like, okay, I bought the kit now, what do I do? And I'm like, then, Amelia James has weekly launches, so I went in to try, and you have to go get clothing, and so it was kind of overwhelming at first, like, oh, I am choosing so many things. So instead of being like, okay, to start, I just pay a big amount of money, and they choose for me, and they send it to me, and then I just sell what I get. Instead, you do have more choice, but then there's also a little bit more, that could be a downside too, because you really do have to pick and choose and think about how you're spending your money and budget it, and make sure that what you're investing is what you want to invest, and then you don't necessarily have a customer base yet to know exactly what to buy. So that can be a positive, or that can be a negative. I will say, at this point, the new kits that are coming out are pretty amazing. I have seen the recent ones, and I'd say they were kind of like mixed results, in September and prior to that this year, in terms of what came in the kit and if people really liked them or thought they'd be popular with their customers. But I have seen the stuff that they're coming out with, and it's amazing. So, if you want to buy a bigger kit, I don't think it would be a bad idea. Of course, if you are just starting out, you don't have any kind of customer base, I would caution you to do what is lower. If you are if you've already had a lot of direct sales experience, if you already have a customer base, or you're selling out of a store or whatever, then maybe consider the other kits, the B and the C, which come with a lot more, and then you don't have to do all the choosing. So there's that can be a good point or a bad point. And yeah, I think, let me think if there's anything else I want to say. I think I will say, on the good side, one more thing, because this video is getting super long. On the good side, I will say that I think Amelia James, one of the things that really won me over was, of course, that there would be less risk, but also was because the company is really striving to make it about the consultants too. So the reason I say too is because I think any company, to survive, you have to think about yourself to some degree, right? But they are really trying hard to make it about the consultants. The rep support is pretty awesome. They are very responsive. They really encourage consultants or reps to email them if there's a problem, to ask questions. My team just had a phone call with Ariana herself, who is the founder of the company, and so she took time to listen to us ask questions and get back to us, and so they really do try to listen to our feedback, and they even base what they're gonna sell or what they're going to offer to consultants off of what is being purchased. So they are, you know, there's a big feedback loop, I'd say. It's a big part of like, okay, well, these things aren't being bought, so we should make some more of these things, instead of being like, okay, we're really pushing this particular style because we have the style and we want everyone to buy it. Everyone buy the style. And it's not like that. It's very much like, you know, here are the things. They offer really nice styles, and then they take the feedback from them and they adjust. And they will make more of something that is popular, or make less of something that's not popular, or, you know, just they are really hands-on with their consultants. And I don't mean that in like a controlling way, but they're available. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up my video. I talked forever, but that's just some of the good and the bad. I tried to highlight in truthfulness where the company is. I did just get a notification that my kid is coming, so I'm super excited, and so I'll be kind of doing my official launch really soon. If you have any questions or would like to know anything else, please let me know. If you are looking for a team to join, please let me know. I'd love to recommend mine. And yeah, even if you're like, no, not with you, that's totally fine. You know, you should find an upline that fits for you. You really should, because you're stuck with them. Well, not completely stuck, but that's who you're choosing to be with for a while. So yeah, if you'd like to know, I have people that are on my team that are awesome that I'd love to recommend to you. Yeah, you can just comment, or you can email me at princess@gmail.com. That's PRINTS and then princess@gmail.com. Okay, thanks for watching, guys.